Good morning. Good morning, good morning. This is my first live on YouTube. I have never done this before, but I wanted to, while I'm just doing a task right now, so I can see how it all works. Hi, I'm Serena. I'm the artist behind Cactus Clouds Art. And I'm just doing a task right now. and I thought I would take the chance to, oh, it's so bouncy if I set up my camera this way. But I just thought I would take this moment of just sitting in one place to see how YouTube Live works and say good morning. I just received a shipment of my book journal. And there's always these little smudges, because they're all, made on demand. There's always these little smudges of glue that get onto the cover. And so I just used some alcohol to take it off. And this one I'm going to be, a couple of these I'm going to be taking to a local shop. So I want to, good morning, Terry. I want to make sure these are in tip-top shape before I deliver them. So I'm taking the time to get rid of all of these little glue smudges from the production of the book. I love this thing. It's so beautiful. And there's like a matte lamination over the artwork. And so I've been able to use alcohol to remove these little glue smudges without affecting the artwork at all, which is fantastic. So how are you guys this morning? What day is it? Is it Wednesday? I don't know what day it is. Okay, this one is all good. Look how beautiful. Oh, it printed so well. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's beautiful. On to the next one. I have to go to a local shop here in town and pick up my check today. And I always like to bring a couple of things to restock my shelf when I do that. And these just arrived yesterday. So a couple of them I'm gonna do a giveaway. That's the first thing. So I'm gonna put together a giveaway for one of these book journals. And then I'm also gonna send one to Jenny Lawson, because we're buddies now. I thought it was Thursday. Thanks for correcting me. Oh no. Hopefully that hasn't affected any of your decision making too much this morning. I was like, I think it's Monday, and then I had to think about it. My kid had a dental surgery, so she's been home for like several days, just recovering. And so my week is all, we don't know things. We don't know anything about what day it is. But she finally went back to school today, so I can be back to my normal work stuff. It's so pretty. I really like it. This one has a lot. Hello to a couple new people. For anyone who just popped on, I am removing the glue smudges from the production process of my book. There's always, because I chose a matte cover. Thank you, Terry. I think so too. Because I chose a matte cover for this journal, any little glue smudges are very glossy, and so they show up really intensely. And so I am just using alcohol to remove the glue, because you can just see where the person who put it together just, slipped a fingerprint here or there. And I'm just making them perfect before I share them with the world. Okay, I think this one's good. Oh wait, I can feel a glue. A little sticky glue. When I got the first copy, I was like, oh no, I thought it was scratched. But then I realized it was glue that I could remove with alcohol, which is way better. Which means that if you get, with the laminate that's on these journals, if you get, I don't know if you guys have ever put on lotion and then picked up a book and then like just completely trashed the cover, because it has this lamination, you can clean off fingerprints and stuff and keep it beautiful. Rubbing alcohol is my bestie. So do you guys have anything amazing happening today? Are you planning an art project or taking some time for yourself to get creative? This one does not have as much. Haha. I just finished reading Onyx Storm. I won't say anything because I'm a good person. But I was looking for people to talk to about it. I started texting all my friends, have you finished it yet? We all need to talk. Did you guys see my ginormous eraser? Nope. My ginormous paper bag book video I posted yesterday. I'm making in the middle of it. Oh, awesome. I know every time somebody mentions they finished it, I'm like, we're no longer friends until I'm done, and then we can be friends again. But I'm like, I don't even make faces. I'm the sacredness of reading a book is a big deal for me. But I asked one of my friends, I said, do you want to come over for lunch? I'll feed you. We can do book club in a not public setting so nobody will hear us talking about it. And she has a market she has to prep for because she's an artist too. And I was like, I don't know if I can wait that long to talk to you about it. I'm going to suffer. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying the book, Terry? Without saying any spoilers for anybody else. I was afraid. I started using the Fable app. I'm fairly new to it. And I really don't like, you can post a quote, you can highlight a quote out of a book on the app. And then if you add that book to your list to read, or if you say you're currently reading it, they'll push all the content that's tagged with that book to you, which means that you'll get, if anybody takes a quote from the book and posts it, then you'll get it pushed to you, even if you haven't read the book or if you're actively reading the book. And I was like, this is akin to spoilers to me. I'm not okay with this feature on Fable. Because I read a lot, and so I'm very good at predicting what's going to happen. And so even just a quote that feels innocuous can ruin a whole story for me. And so I really don't like that feature. And I like sent them a DM on Instagram, and I was like, what is with this? This is like inviting spoilers. So there's a list that you can make on the Fable app where you put your books that you want to read. And I erase all the books from it, and I don't use that part of the feature because it pushes quotes to you, and I can't do that. Like, I feel like they should push the quotes to you after you've said you've completed a book, not when you just have it on your list to want to read it or if you're actively reading it. I was planning on painting matching dragons on the spine pages of all the books. Yeah, I had a really big debate when I went to pick up my copy, because it had there was all the special editions with the sprayed edges, and I had just made my hidden 4-edge painting with the raccoon, and it occurred to me that I have a completely different perspective on special editions and like sprayed edges and stuff now. And I was like, hold on, I didn't expect to be having this dilemma with buying my book. And so I stood at Barnes & Noble, and I had the sprayed edges special edition one page in one hand and the blank pages book in the other hand. And I was like, one of the girls that was there, one of the women that was also buying the book, was like, what's happening? Are you trying to decide which copy to get? You should get the sprayed edges copy. And I was like, well, I'm an artist and I can like make art. So if I get this sprayed edge digital art, am I doing myself a disservice? And I gave her my entire existential crisis. And then I went to Starbucks, the Starbucks, you know, that's right there in the Barnes & Noble. And I got a matcha. And then I sat down and I watched all the people reading the book. And I was like, I am so torn. I don't know what to do. And so then I decided, you know what? I'm going to go to my small local bookstore and I will get whatever edition that they have there. And that will be the decision. They'll make my decision for me. And so then as I was walking out, the woman had checked out and she's like, what did you decide? And I was like, I'm leaving. I couldn't decide and I'm leaving. And she was like, who's this crazy lady? I was like, I'm out of here. I can't handle these life choices. And so then I went to my local bookstore, Mostly Books, and they had a big stack and they had the special edition sprayed edges. And so I was like, all right, you made my decision for me. Later on down the road, I will get a copy with blank pages and then I'll do some artwork. But I think I need to test on some more paperbacks, and get that foiling. I need to master the foiling before I go in on like a first edition of a high demand novel. Because I would be mortified. I wouldn't even share my video with the world if I ruined it somehow. But I mean, even if you mess up the foredge painting, you can literally sand it off and do it again. Which I imagine if I messed up the foil like really horribly, I could still sand it off and do it again. That's my bird. I'm here for your artwork on these books. Thank you. You know, I've had some big breakthroughs on my illustration in the last like year. A lot of coming from my little experiments I've done with the paper bag books, actually. It's given me more freedom and less fear somehow. A big part of it is I love the texture of the paper bags. I love how not smooth it is, and it's crinkly and it's messy, and somehow that's translated my ability to illustrate in my mind and made things more simple for me. Oh yeah, because then you could do a connected one where they all sit on the shelf together and then they could all be matching and go together. That would be really cool. You could do the whole map of the Empyrean, like the whole map across all of them or something. That'd be pretty cool. I didn't realize there was 5 books. I made some comment to my kids this morning. How many? I feel like there's more books in this series based on the time of how everything's going. So I'm glad to know there's 5. Yeah, that'll be really cool. And then it can take up your whole shelf and be super epic. I was reading it. So I got the Onyx Storm copy, which I went to 2 stores until I finally made up my mind. And it was like a big deal. And then I just bought the Kindle version and I put the book on my shelf. Hi, Pauline from South Africa. Welcome to my little chat. This is my first YouTube live I've ever done. I'm just cleaning the glue off of these copies of my journal before I drop them off at a local shop. So I forgot what I was saying about books and stories. But that's okay. Maybe you guys will remind me. I think I'm on my last copy. So I have 1 copy of this journal that, oh, I got the book also on Kindle. And I couldn't figure out how to see the map. And so then I was struggling because I use the maps a lot, so I always know what's happening. And like, I need to orient myself, like, where's east, where's west? Like, I have to understand the geography of it all. It's a big deal. And then I couldn't find the map, and so I was struggling a little bit because I really like to picture directions and stuff in my mind as I read. I love a book with a map. My kid, Saguaro Square is where I have a little shelf. They're my favorite place to stock artwork and things because it's very low key. I'm not good at stocking my things in shops because everybody wants to have the same thing repeatedly, because then they can put it on their website, they can make a listing on their website, and they can put it on in their computer system, and it's always the same. But I cannot continue to create the same thing multiple times. It's not how my brain works, and it makes me sad. And so there's a lot of shops I've stocked stuff in for a while, and then eventually I kind of struggle to restock the items because I just don't like continually repeatedly making the same thing. And so this little shop, I just have to make sure my labels are labeled to their instructions, and I can change and adjust what I have on my shelf as much as I want, which is pretty great. I'm a big fan because, like, in December, I switched my shelf to fine art shelf, and I got rid of all the stickers and the prints, and I brought in my fine art paintings that are all, you know, $70 to $150. My little miniature fine art pieces that I make with watercolors that I made from crystals and rocks that I found by myself. And so I put all my more expensive things in for the holidays. And then in January I went and I just switched it all back out, and they don't have to change anything on their system because the way they run things. And I have the freedom to try out product and switch things out. So I like Saguaro Square a lot. They're my favorite place that I've ever stocked my artwork. They have a good variety of things in the store. Lots of stickers and some pretty interesting art forms in there. Hi, Pauline from Quebec. A few minutes before work. Hi, France. See you in the afternoon. Bye-bye. Thanks for everyone for popping on and saying hi. I've been wanting to try out the live on YouTube. You know, see how all the features work. And I've just been waiting for my kid to be back in school. Okay, I think I'm done cleaning off the glue. One of these copies is weird. So this one, the pages are off, so you can see they are almost to the edge of the cover. And see there's a big gap on this side, but then on the top it's like flush. And the corners got smushed because it got knocked around. And so this one, I'm like, do I use this one for the giveaway? Or do I use this one just as like my sample that I show to shops? But when I show a sample to shops, I want to make sure it's the top quality, you know? So I'm not sure what to do with that copy. Maybe I should give 2 away. And one of them can be the little funky copy. My kids are old enough now. There used to be a point where I'd give all the funky things to them because they were little and they didn't know if something was like, you know, 2nd grade. But they're old enough now that I can't get away with things like that, and I have to give them cool quality stuff. All right, looks like I am done with my task. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys, on this little live. I think it's fun. Art in it, and then give it as a giveaway. Maybe I should do 4-edge painting on it. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. I am done with my task here, so I get to get labels on these so I can take them to the shop. I think I'm just going to take 2 copies to start with, and I'm just going to put the other ones in storage because my shelf is kind of small at Saguaro Square. And I have coloring books there, I have prints and stickers and a bunch of fun little things. So I think just probably a couple of these will fit. So time for me to go do that. Thanks for hanging out with me. This was fun. It is 11:30 in the morning here. I really enjoy that. I think time zones are really fun. It's like you're looking into the future or back at the past when you talk to somebody in a different time zone. And I always find that concept fun. All right. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for joining me and hanging out for a few minutes. 2036 here. Nice. Time to get ready for bed. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day and evening.